Hello everyone and welcome back to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio. My name is Aidan O'Connor and we've got an exciting matchup for you today between UT Arlington and Baylor. What was once cloudy and rainy day has turned into a partly cloudy one, with the sun still trying to get out here at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. And last time these two teams met up earlier this month in April, Baylor took home the win 5-2. And coming into today, both of these teams having a little bit of struggles, as Baylor has a 6-game losing streak so far this year in these last couple games, and that is almost as much as they had in 2023 when they had 7. So trying to get out of that hole, Baylor is needing to win this game as only 10 games left in the season after this one, and a series with Texas Tech with the conference rival. This will be an integral game for Baylor to win. And, you know, just talking about what this means for the conference, what this means for just standings in general. Looking at Baylor's position within the Big 12 Conference, they're currently at a 3-way tie for 9th place in the Big 12 standings, and only the top 12 teams will make the Big 12 tournament. So being able to maintain a certain level of success going towards the end of the season will be pivotal for them to maintain their eligibility for that tournament, as well as the NCAA tournament, where currently they have an RPI of 57, and usually for that tournament you want to be in the range of 1 to at least about 45 to be secure. And so just for these two tournaments, this game is really pivotal for Baylor to win. And other than that, just really trying to take another series sweep of this UT Arlington team, as historically Baylor has done really well against them with a 7-game winning streak against the Mavericks. And on the other side, you have the UT Arlington Mavericks, who have a losing streak of their own currently, with 2 games in a row that they've lost, and it's just been a down season for them, currently 16-25. And when these teams last faced off, still very much the same in terms of record. And so today, you know, just trying to get something going for that team, and they'll have their pitcher Dylan Schofield face off against Baylor, as having a rough time, 10 ERA, but last time he did face off against Baylor in that April matchup and only allowed 1 hit and had 2 strikeouts within 1 inning. So they're hoping that he can repeat his performance in that game specifically, and maybe not the rest of the year. And this Baylor team been middle of the pack so far in terms of batting average in the Big 12, and so hoping that Dylan Schofield will not have sort of the performance he had against them last time, but sort of how he's done throughout the rest of the season. And as we talked about the woes of these different teams, UT Arlington currently last in hits in the Western Athletic Conference and last in home runs. And so for them, you know, having some struggles pitching and also having struggles batting, and Baylor's pitching staff has been really good this year, and trying to continue that into tonight with Caldwell McFadden as he takes his 2nd start of the season. Did not record a win or a loss in his last start, but this will be a game that I'm sure he hopes to get a win in and really try to get this Baylor team out of the slump, as I was saying. And just such a big game for them in terms of what this means for the rest of the season and going into those next conference games versus Texas Tech. And just this game will be very pivotal for this Baylor team, and for UT Arlington, just trying to get out of that slump, losing 2 games in a row and hoping to end the season near 500. And so with that, we're going to take a little break here on Baylor Lariat Radio, and we will be back after the national anthem to give you the lineups. You've been listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Hey there, Bears! Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey there, Bears! Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Welcome back to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio. Now, after the national anthem, we're going to get into our lineups for both Baylor and UT Arlington. Starting off with Baylor's lineup, at the leadoff spot, we have Travis Sanders at shortstop. At the second spot, Dylan Perez in left field. At the third spot, Brady Janusek in right field. At the cleanup spot, Tyce Armstrong at first base. At the fifth spot, Hunter Snow at DH. At the sixth spot, J.J. Kennett at catcher. At the seventh spot, Ty Johnson at center field. At the eighth spot, Robert De La Garza at third base. And rounding out the lineup at number 9, Pearson Reebok at second base. And starting pitcher for today is Caldwell McFadden. Now moving on to UT Arlington's lineup. Starting off for UT Arlington, we have Harold Lariat at shortstop. Then at the second spot, Preston Knott at right field. At the third spot, Hank Harp in left field. At the cleanup spot, Xavier Melendez at second base. The fifth spot, Xander McAfee at center field. At DH, Zach Mazak. At the seventh spot, Kalen Digert. At the eighth spot, Clark Springs. And finally, at the bottom of the lineup, Austin Phillips at third base. And the starting pitcher for today for UT Arlington is Dylan Schofield. Now as we get geared to begin this game, it looks like Baylor will start out pitching and UT Arlington will start out hitting. Caldwell McFadden getting warmed up out on the field right now as the sun is peeking through the clouds. As I said in the opening, it was a really rainy day this morning and a little bit of a fear that it might be getting towards Waco, but right now the sun is shining through the clouds as we get prepared for this game. For Caldwell McFadden, in his second start this year, trying to get his first win, as last time he came out against Sam Houston and pitched about 3 innings, but did not record a win or a loss. Right-handed pitcher, led Magnolia West High School to its state championship back in 2023. Has some prestigious heritage in terms of being a pitcher. So now just trying to get Baylor out of this slump, this current 6-game losing streak, as we talked about in the opening. Trying to get them to start winning again as we head into the tournament season. And now, coming out to the plate is Harold Lariat. The junior for UT Arlington, currently hitting .286. In last game, UT Arlington only getting 2 runs, trying to produce just a little more today. First pitch. Be just a little too low, be a ball, and be 1-0 in the count so far. And Lariat takes a swing at it, but it'll be foul. Pitch count currently 1-1. McFadden set to pitch. And that time he'll get the middle of the zone. First strike of the game for McFadden. Now the pitch count currently at 1-2. As it looks like Lariat is taking a break for a second, just gathering himself, or the umpires are talking to each other. Looked a little confusing there as to what made him step out of the box. Oh, it looks like the umpires did change the pitch count, so now, after a ball thrown by McFadden, it is 3-2, so it looks like there was some miscommunication on the pitch count. And now a little high in the zone. And that'll be a walk to start off the game for Lariat. And he'll go to first base. As right fielder Preston Knott now comes on to the field to hit. The last game versus Baylor earlier this April, Knott had 1 run and 1 hit. Looks like he shows bunt, but that won't get far enough. So that'll be strike 1 in the count for Knott. Currently hitting .254. Kind of in the middle of the average for this team. As McFadden gets set to deal. And that'll be another foul ball. Now currently 0-2 in the count. McFadden hoping that he can get quick first out of this inning. McFadden set to deal. And that'll be a swing and a miss, the first strikeout of the game for McFadden. First out for Baylor. As now left fielder Hank Harp comes out onto the field. One of the better hitters of this UT Arlington team, currently hitting .348. And that ball will be low and to the right, but gets the zone. Be the first strike of this pitch count, 0-1. And Harp hits it. Is it going to stand? And it does. Brady Janusek trying to throw it back in as runners advance to second and to third. And that'll be a double for Hank Harp. And now already only 3 batters in, and UT Arlington has runners on second and on third with only 1 out. Now Xavier Melendez, fourth in the lineup, currently hitting .371, trying to send some of his teammates home and get runs on the board for the Mavericks. And he'll watch it go in, and that will be a strike. 0-1 in the count now for Melendez. And he gets the zone again. Looked like it might have been a little bit outside, but gets the zone again, now 0-2. This is the same place he had Harp in the last at bat, but Harp getting a hit, hopefully in McFadden's mind, trying to get him out here on an 0-2 count. And that time that one is a little too far outside to the right. And the at bat continues, 1-2. McFadden set to deal, and it'll be hit right to second base. Swing it over to first, and it'll be an out, but not without Laurquente making it home for the first run of the game for UT Arlington. Now 1-0. UT Arlington leads Baylor with 2 outs as Xander McAfee approaches the plate. Xander McAfee currently hitting .273. That'll be a swing and a miss on the first pitch, 0-1. Now just trying to get out of this inning is McFadden. Second pitch of this count. And gets another one just to the right of the zone. Excuse me, just in the zone, just a little bit to the right. And will be 0-2. Looking to get out of this inning. And it's a little high, and that'll be a ball. The at-bat will continue, 1-2. Xander McAfee previously played at McLennan County. As he watches a pitch from McFadden, and that will be a ball. And the count is all tied up, 2-2. Transferred over this year from McLennan. Last year was the Defensive Player of the Year in McLennan County Community College's conference. And he will take a swing. That is skying out to left field. And it'll be caught by Dylan Perez. And that'll end the inning. UT Arlington scoring 1. And now UT Arlington leading the game, as I said, 1-0 now over Baylor, and Baylor will be coming up for the bottom of the first. You've been listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Hey there, Bears! Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Welcome back to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio. We're now in the bottom of the first inning between this matchup between UT Arlington and Baylor. UT Arlington taking an early lead, 1-0 in the top of the first. Now Baylor looking to even the score as leadoff hitter Travis Sanders will face off against Dylan Schofield for UT Arlington. And with the first pitch, Sanders will foul that off the left side, and the pitch count will be 0-1. Schofield has struggled this year, currently having an ERA over 10. But as I said in the pregame, in his outing versus Baylor earlier this month, had one inning with only one allowed hit and 2 strikeouts. Now the ball is low into the dirt, and the count will be evened up 1-1. And Travis Sanders, one of the best hitters on this Baylor team, currently hitting .353. And now the pitch catches the zone, and that'll be a strike. Now 1-2. Looks like Travis Sanders was a bit confused there as to why it was called a strike, but seems that a little bit lower and to the right, pitchers are getting away with it today with this umpire. And it'll be hit out into the outfield as Travis Sanders will get a single. First hit of the day for Baylor. Right between first and second base, perfect placement by Sanders. And now Dylan Perez coming into the game. Lefty hitter trying to continue the success, the UT Arlington had, but for Baylor. Currently hitting .184 on the season, though. And this will be skied up, and it will not be caught by the second baseman. It'll be dropped. He'll get it to first base, and that'll be an out, but it allows Travis Sanders to advance. Xavier Melendez just not able to haul that one in. Still getting the out, though. Now Travis Sanders at second base. As Brady Janusek, the freshman phenom, set to hit. And he watches it and is low to the right and out of the zone. As now it is 1-0 in the count. That'll be another ball, as it is now 2-0 in the count for Janusek. And Janusek, last time versus UT Arlington, getting a hit and an RBI. A big cause in that 5-2 win. Now Schofield tries to pick off Sanders at second base and won't be able to get him. This Baylor team has been really good on the base paths this year, having a lot of steals, as Brady Janusek currently has 16 this year, and then Travis Sanders having 17. That one is low and outside, and that'll be another ball. Currently 3-0 in the count. Now Schofield set to deal, and that one almost hits the dirt outside the zone on the bottom right side. And that'll be a walk for Janusek. Now runners on first and second for Baylor. Now first baseman Tice Armstrong coming to the plate, and he has been something else for Baylor this year, as he'll look and take the strike one, and had that insane 3 Grand Slam game earlier this year, tying an NCAA record, and now currently one of the best hitters on this Baylor team. And he'll hit it out to right field. Right fielder tracking back, and he will drop it. Tice Armstrong rounding to second as Sanders and Janusek try to go home. Sanders trying to get home. Will he be safe? And no, he is out. It was chaos on the base pass for Baylor as Tice Armstrong was rounding to second for the double, and it looked like Janusek and Sanders were about to run into each other, both trying to get home, and Sanders just not able to get there and get the run for Baylor. And now 2 outs for Baylor with men on second and third base after the double from Tice Armstrong. Now the DH redshirt freshman Hunter Snow out to hit. And he will sky it out to center field, but that one looks like it is going to be caught by Xander McAfee, and that will end the inning for Baylor. Really close there with Travis Sanders to tying this game up, but ultimately being tagged out at home, and now UT Arlington maintaining their lead 1-0. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second inning, and UT Arlington looking to extend their lead. You've been listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Hey there, Bears! Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
And welcome back to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio. Currently at the top of the second inning, as Baylor will get a quick out. as Zach Mazak hitting a grounder over to Tice Armstrong. Colwell McFadden getting to first base to get the first out of the inning. Now Kalen Dygert up to hit. He will show bunt, but that'll be too low, and it'll be ball one. Now McFadden throws it too far low and to the right. That'll be ball two. UT Arlington currently leading 1-0. 2-0 in the pitch count for Dygert and one out. And that'll be zinged out to left field. Dylan Perez tracking it down, able to get it to the infield before Dygert is able to round to second. Now UT Arlington will have a man on first with one out as catcher Clark Springs comes out to the plate. And Dygert, who just got that single, really a utility guy for this UT Arlington team, pitching and hitting for them as Springs skies it out to center field. That'll be caught easily by the senior Ty Johnson. Now 2 outs in the top of the second. McFadden looking to get out of this inning quickly as Austin Phillips comes up to the plate. Austin Phillips, third base sophomore. Looks like a timeout is called for the batter. He'll step out of the batter's box and now re-enter. And it'll be a foul ball to start this pitch count. Or excuse me, the second pitch of this pitch count. As it'll be 0-2. Austin Phillips trying to preserve his 3-game hit streak. As that one will be outside and to the right, and that will be the first ball of the count, 1-2. Runners currently on first and 2 outs for UT Arlington. And that one will be popped up in the infield. Robert De La Garza tracking it down, and he is able to get it. 3 outs and ends the inning for Baylor. Now Baylor looking to respond and get points on the board as UT Arlington leads this game 1-0. You've been listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
After a quick top of the second, now it's the bottom of the second, UT Arlington leading 1-0. Baylor trying to get on the board. As catcher J.J. Kennett will lead this inning. Very close at the bottom of the first. Travis Sanders tried to make it to home plate, but was ultimately tagged out by catcher Clark Springs. Now Kennett gets set to hit. And they'll try to say that he went, but ultimately the umpires disagree, and that will be ball one. And then Kennett will hit it out to left field, and that'll be a single for the Bears to start off this inning.
The center fielder, number 23, Ty Johnson.
Now Ty Johnson, one of the veteran leaders of this team, coming out to hit, the graduate student, currently hitting .209 on the year. With runners on first with Kennett. He bunts, it tries to stay fair, but it'll ultimately go outside the lines, and that'll be strike one. Now 0-1 in the count, 0 outs for Baylor. UT Arlington leading 1-0. That'll be another ball low and to the left this time. Now 1-1 for Ty Johnson. As we talked about, it's been a tough year for Dylan Schofield outside of his play versus Baylor, currently 0-5 on the year as a starting pitcher. As that one will go right down the middle for a strike. 1-2 on the count. Schofield wary of the runner on first and Kennett. Almost tried to throw him out on the last pitch. And that'll be skied out to left field for Kennett, and it'll not stay fair. That'll be a foul ball. Carried all the way out of the stadium, but ultimately was foul. Remains a 1-2 count. Schofield, previous school, Washington State, before coming to UT Arlington. Now Kennett hits it again towards the left side, but that'll be foul as well. Excuse me, Ty Johnson. And Johnson fighting in this pitch count right now, still 1-2. Last two hits, though, have been 2 foul balls to the left side of the field. Now this one will be, it's like a pop fly to center field, and Xander McAfee will get it for the first out for UT Arlington of the inning. Now third baseman Robert De La Garza coming up to hit. There being only 1 out here in the bottom of the second, and 1 runner on first for Baylor. Schofield delivers the pitch. That'll be a swing and a miss for De La Garza, strike one. De La Garza currently hitting .227 this year. Junior transferred from Odessa College as that one goes into the dirt for ball one. The count 1-1. Didn't appear in the last game versus UT Arlington, but getting the chance to hit today. And this one will be hit out to shortstop. Runner makes it to second. Is De La Garza going to make it to first? No, that'll be an out. Runners advance to second for Baylor, but De La Garza just not able to make it to first. Now 2 outs gone in the bottom of the second.
The second baseman, number 5, Pearson Reebok.
Now Pearson Reebok. 9 in the lineup for Baylor, currently hitting 191 on the season. Lefty hitter, sophomore. Here comes the pitch from the righty Schofield. And that'll be out and to the left. Now 2 balls and 0 strikes for Pearson Reebok with a runner on second and 2 outs. Schofield sets a deal. And this one will find the zone this time, right down the middle for Schofield. Now the count 2-1 for Reebok. Reebok will foul this towards the left and out of the stadium. Clearing the lights and everything towards the left of the field. Now 2-2 in the count. Schofield looking to end this inning and continue UT Arlington's lead. This one will be fouled back behind the home plate, barely missing the umpire. Pearson Reebok, he is a threat if he gets on to the bases. Currently had a career high 3 stolen bases earlier this year versus Houston. And now UT Arlington thinking that they got the 3rd strike, but the umpire disagrees. Full count now for Reebok, 3-2. Reebok also Big 12 all-freshman selection last year. Schofield deals, and that'll be low and to the right, and that'll be a walk. And now another dangerous base runner for Baylor. Out onto the bases. As now runners are at first and second. As we get back to the top of the lineup with Travis Sanders. Baylor currently having 2 outs. Travis Sanders currently having some dirt on him right now from when he slid and tried to make it to home plate in the bottom of the first. Ultimately tagged out as now first pitch from Schofield was a ball. 1-0 in the count. Righty delivers the pitch, and that'll be far right into the outside. Usually that was a pitch earlier in this game that the umpire would call a strike, but that one he would not call, as now it is 2-0 as head coach Mike Trapasso coming out onto the field to talk to Schofield. Might have some potential for a pitching change here. As if you remember me saying earlier, Schofield only lasting 1 inning versus Baylor last time. And maybe with, there is only 2 outs here, but with 2 runners on base and Sanders being a deadly hitter, could be potential to take him out, but it looks like Trapasso will leave him out there for the rest of the inning. Having faith in him to get that 3rd out. Sanders been the leadoff hitter for a majority of this season for Baylor, total of 35 games. And that one, same type of pitch, low and to the right. But ultimately, now it's not being called a strike, now being called a ball, and looks like the umpire might be changing his strike zone. Now Sanders currently has a count of 3-0. 2 outs to go, runners on first and runners on second. And Sanders taking all his gear off, confident that is a walk, and it is. Now bases loaded for Baylor, but there is 2 outs.
The left fielder, number 0, Dylan Perez.
Dylan Perez looking to get Baylor on the board here in the bottom of the second as they trail 1-0 to the Mavericks. And this one right between second and the shortstop. One Baylor Bear makes it home, now 2. That'll be a single for Perez, but 2 RBIs for him as 2 Baylor Bears make it home. Baylor takes the lead now, 2-1 over UT Arlington. And now Mike Trapasso coming back out onto the field. Maybe he's regretting his decision to keep him in there, as soon after Schofield gave up 2 runs to lose UT Arlington's lead. Schofield right there at 2 outs. Had a strong first inning, but it looks like he is going out now and a new pitcher will be going in. And we will take a quick break here as the new pitcher for UT Arlington will come out and warm up. You've been listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Welcome back to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio. Baylor taking a 2-1 lead over UT Arlington in the bottom of the second. UT Arlington just made a pitching change, going from Dylan Schofield now to Landon Murphy. First pitch coming out hot, right near Brady Janusek. Kind of had to back up a little bit. That'll be ball one. Here comes the second pitch, and that'll be a strike. Swing and a miss for Janusek. Landon Murphy, a freshman from Carrollton, Texas, coming from Prestonwood Christian Academy, where I attended as well, and great pitcher there, and trying to continue that success into today. As now a foul ball went back into the right and went through the netting. And almost hit a fan, but luckily it looks like they're okay. Now 1-2 in the count for Janusek. 2 outs, runners on first and second. And this one will be low and to the left. It'll be ball two. Janusek trying to add on to Baylor's current lead. And that'll be strike three for Landon Murphy, as he's able to get UT Arlington out of this inning. But Baylor taking a 2-1 lead off of a Dylan Perez single. And we'll be back with you for the top of the third inning, here with more baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and
Welcome back to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio. Baylor taking a 2-1 lead at the bottom of the second. Now we'll start at the top of the third here against the leadoff hitter for UT Arlington, Harold Laurquente. Currently now the pitch count is 2-0 as he hits one. And that'll be a single for UT Arlington. Just out of the outstretched hands of Pearson Reebok, second baseman. Able to get a runner on base early for UT Arlington in this inning. Right fielder Preston Knott will come out to the plate. And that one will be low for ball one. And now Fadden tries to throw out Laurquente at first, but not able to get him. as he will be safe. Left-handed graduate student not looking to try to get on base here. McFadden throws another pitch low, and this time to the left. Currently 2-0 in the count here at the top of the third. 0 outs, 1 runner on base for the Mavericks. This one, instead of being low, now to the left, will be kind of at chest level, but this time just too far to the left. And that'll be 3-0 in the count. Preston Knott, a transfer from Northwestern before coming to UT Arlington. As this one is high to where Kenna almost wasn't able to catch it, and that will be a walk. Now runners on first and second for UT Arlington as Hank Harp comes out to the plate. That's a dangerous situation for Baylor. Currently having 0 outs, a runner in scoring position and on first, with a hitter in Harp, who, like I said earlier, one of the best batters on this UT Arlington team, currently hitting .358. And McFadden trying to get Laura Quinte out again, this time at second, but Laura Quinte able to get back. Now Kennett going to talk to his pitcher right now on some strategy in this tough situation. As I said, currently runners on first and second, no outs, and a hitter over 300 at the plate. Tough situation for the only second game that McFadden has started this year. Harp did not record a hit last time against Baylor, and while he has a high average, not a power hitter, currently having no home runs this year. Had that double in the top of the first that led UT Arlington to their only score of this game. As he shows bunt, and will this one stay fair? No, it will not. As that one will go foul, and it will be 0-1 in the count. UT Arlington has just not been successful today on keeping those bunts being fair, and they've all gone foul. McFadden set to deal. Tyson Armstrong getting closer as he shows bunt, and Harp fouls it off again. Armstrong looking like he was ready for it to come to his side, which ultimately made Harp try to bunt it to the left side, but did not remain fair. Now 0-2 in the count. Freshman right-handed pitcher McFadden set to deal, trying to get the first out of the inning for Baylor. And it'll be low and to the right for a ball, 1-2. J.J. Kenna giving him some encouragement, though, as even though that one was a ball, still believing in his pitcher. But now head coach Mitch Thompson for Baylor coming out onto the field to talk with McFadden, and this might be a pitching change. And it looks like it is. McFadden only allowing 1 run through two innings. And now with McFadden going out, we will take a quick break as Baylor gets their new pitcher warmed up. Baylor leading 2-1 over UT Arlington in the top of the third. You've been listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Stay informed and stay connected with Lariat TV News. Tune in to LTVN every Friday, your go-to source for everything happening on campus and around Waco. From breaking stories to exclusive interviews, we cover campus events, student life, sports updates, and more. By the students, for the students. Catch our latest broadcast every Friday afternoon on YouTube by searching Baylor Lariat TV News.
Welcome back to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio. Baylor currently having a 2-1 lead over UT Arlington in this Tuesday night matchup at the top of the third. Currently no outs, a 1-2 count, and runners on first and second. As UT Arlington set to hit as Baylor has trotted out their new pitcher, Charlie Atkinson. And his first pitch will be low and at the knees of J.J. Kennett, the catcher for Baylor. And that'll be ball 2. 2-2 now in the count. Atkinson, previous school was Dallas Baptist, his first year with Baylor. 6'5", 220 junior. As that one is high and Kennett having to jump up to get that one. Is now a full count, 3-2. Now Atkinson set to pitch again, and this one way out of the zone for another walk for Baylor. As now the bases are loaded with 0 outs. Xavier Melendez now coming out to hit after grounding out in his first at-bat. Atkinson so far this year, 28.2 innings as this one is hit into the infield. It looks like, is it going to be a double play? And no, they get the runner out at second, but not at first. UT Arlington also gets a man home. Or excuse me, yes, they do get a runner home, as now the game is tied 2-2. Off of the RBI single by Xavier Melendez. Now Xander McAfee set to hit. First pitch from Atkinson, and this at-bat will be a strike, 0-1. Now game tied 2-2 with 1 out and a runner on first and second for the Mavericks. Atkinson deals. This one will be low and to the right. Ball 1. Atkinson's ERA so far this year of 4.71. As he tries to throw Melendez out at first, but Melendez able to slide back and remain safe. Atkinson deals. This one low and right at the knees of Kennett, having to stop that one from getting past him. Now 2-1 in the count. As this one now is popped up. Kennett singling off everybody else, and he's able to catch it as Melendez advances to second. As Melendez will advance to second. Now 2 outs though. Runner on second, runner on third. As Zach Mazik now comes out to hit. Currently having a .214 average this season. Atkinson deals. Kennett has a hard time getting it in, but is able to retain the ball. Kind of bobbled it for a second. Able to retain it, and that will be ball 1. Mazik currently the DH for UT Arlington today. As he fouls this one off to the right side for strike 1. Now 1-1 in the count. The left-handed red-shirted junior trying to add on and help UT Arlington take the lead in this game. As he swings and misses and his bat flies to the UT Arlington dugout on the right side of the field. He was really looking for everything on that ball. Ended up losing his bat though. As now he goes over to his dugout and looks like might be fiddling with some of his equipment. And everybody awaiting him to get back onto the plate after that wild sequence. Currently 1-2 in the count. 2 outs. Atkinson trying to get out of this inning. Mazik trying to extend the amount of runs UT Arlington has and regain their lead. As he hits this out to center field, is Ty Johnson gonna get it? Yes, he does. Baylor survives this inning while maintaining a tie, not letting UT Arlington get back in front. Now after top of the third, UT Arlington getting 1 run. We are all tied up here, 2-2. As we'll take a quick break and we'll be back with you for the bottom of the third inning. You've been listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Welcome back to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio. Currently in the bottom of the third in a tied ball game, 2-2 between UT Arlington and the Baylor Bears as Tice Armstrong begins the inning with a foul ball. Currently 0-1 now. And Landon Murphy, the pitcher for UT Arlington, was able to get them out of that jam last inning. now looking to continue his success. As Armstrong hits a powerful one. Is it gone? Yes, it is! Armstrong hits another home run on the year and regains Baylor the lead. Now 3-2.
Home run by number 11, Tyke Armstrong. Home run t-shirt, 2 off the bacteria.
Armstrong trying, only 5 behind the record leader in home runs in a season as a Baylor Bear. Now inching closer, only 4 away after that home run. As now Hunter Snow comes out onto the field. We ball 1 in the count. And Landon Murphy will deal the second pitch of the count, and that one will be a strike right down the middle. And Tyce Armstrong, also a former UT Arlington Maverick, getting some offense on his former team in this game. And that home run traveled 407 feet. Astounding home run is now Hunter Snow trying to continue the offensive streak, as now pitch 4 in this count will be low to the right of the outside. Now 3-1. Murphy deals. And this one just a little bit outside to the right, and that'll be a walk. Hunter Snow now advances to first.
The catcher, number 4, J.J. Kennett.
And J.J. Kennett now heading on to the plate, as Baylor is leading 3-2 off the Tyce Armstrong solo home run. First pitch will be outside and ball 1. Kennett been great defensively this year for Baylor, only having 1 error so far, and offensively as well. Now batting .292 after his hit earlier. As Murphy deals another ball, now 2-0 in the count. No outs, as Mike Trapasso will come out onto the field and talk to Landon Murphy. And a home run by Tyce Armstrong, setting them up well in this inning. It's now no outs, Hunter Snow on first. And as I was saying earlier, those 16 home runs he had coming into today tied him for 10th place, and now with that he moves up the leaderboards, and now just 4 behind the all-time record leader in home runs for Baylor, just held by Charlie Carter, as he hit 21 in 1998. And Mike Trapasso now walking off the field as he leaves Landon Murphy out there and has confidence in him to be able to get out of this inning. Murphy deals. And that one will be a strike. First strike of this count. Now 2-1. Murphy pitched 27 innings so far this year, having a 5.93 ERA coming into today. As now he tries to get Hunter Snow out at first, and he is safe. Not a lot of movement today on the base paths. Not a lot of steals or tags. Now 2-1 the count, 0 outs. Runner on first. Kennett at the plate. Murphy with the pitch, and this one barely hits Kennett as Hunter Snow advances to second. His helmet comes off, and it looks like there was a slight collision there between him and Harold Lauraquente, causing Lauraquente to lose the ball, and now Hunter Snow advancing to second. As I said, not a lot of movement on the base pass, but there, Snow able to advance and get the stolen base. Now a runner in scoring position for Baylor, as the count for Kennett is 3-1. Murphy pitches. This one's hit by Kennett, right between first and second base. Now Snow is trying to make it home. Is he gonna make it? Yes, he does. The RBI single by Kennett gives Baylor another run, but looks like he's a little shaken up at first base, grabbing his legs. But that hit will give Baylor another run in this inning, as now they're leading 4-2.
The center fielder, number 23,
Ty Johnson now coming out to the plate with a runner on first, no outs for Baylor. Now Johnson will bunt it. Will this one stay fair? And it does. Tries to get Johnson out at first, not able to get there. Now a runner on first and second for Baylor, and the first successful bunt of the day. After a bunch went foul, Ty Johnson able to keep it in. Now runners on first and second for Baylor, no outs, and Robert De La Garza up to hit. Murphy just trying to get it out at this point, as De La Garza shows a bunt. It ultimately won't be successful as it gets past him, and it'll be a strike. 0-1 in the count now. Catcher Clark Springs is communicating with his pitcher Landon Murphy, just trying to get some defense going in this inning. Bottom of the third, as De La Garza shows a bunt again, and this it'll be called for a strike as well. 0-2. Murphy trying to get the first out of the inning after allowing solo home run to Tice Armstrong and an RBI single. As this one is low and to the right and outside the zone, that will be ball one. 1-2. This one hit between first and second again. But Xavier Melendez able to get it this time and throw out De La Garza at first, getting the first out of the inning for UT Arlington, a much needed one at that.
The second baseman, number 5, Pearson Reebok.
Now Pearson Reebok set to hit. Lefty batter, sophomore for Baylor. This first pitch will be a ball, 1-0 in the count. Reebok in his only at bat so far, having a walk. As this one is low and another ball, 2-0 in the count. Had one hit last game versus UT Arlington, trying to get his first one of the day today. As this one looked like it was going to stay fair initially, ends up going out and being foul. Now 2-1 in the count. With one out for Baylor, with runners on second and third. J.J. Kennett at third. And Ty Johnson at second as the base runners. Reebok hits it straight to shortstop. Laura Quinte trying to get it to first, and that will be an out for UT Arlington, but Baylor able to get a runner home and Kennett and extend their lead to 5-2. The exact same score as Baylor's last win versus UT Arlington earlier this year in April. Now we're back to the top of the lineup with Travis Sanders. Travis Sanders had a productive day so far. 1 hit and 1 walk. Now with 2 outs and a runner on third, trying to extend this lead as he swings and misses on the first pitch, 0-1. And Baylor almost being able to make it through their full lineup in this inning. Being really successful on offense. This one just a little too low for Landon Murphy. 1-1 in the count now. That was something we talked about before this game started, as Baylor kind of lowered to middle of the Big 12 in terms of batting average, right in the 250s. And now Baylor having a successful offensive performance here today, as that'll be another ball low and to the right. 2-1. Baylor currently leading 5-2 with 2 outs and a runner on third. As Murphy deals, and when trying to catch the right side of the zone, just not able to. Another ball, 3-1. UT Arlington desperately wanting to get out of this inning as they have allowed 3 runs in the bottom of the third. As this one, same position as the last pitch. Right at chest level, just a little too far to the right of the zone, and that will be another walk, as now runners on first and third with Dylan Perez coming to the plate. And if Dylan Perez gets on base here and Brady Janusek comes up, that will mean Baylor will have gone through their full lineup in this inning. Murphy deals the first pitch as Sanders just walks to second for the seal. Looks like everybody was confused for a second there on the UT Arlington defense and just walks to second for the stolen base. Now runners on second and third, 2 outs. As Perez is 0-1 in his count, as he hits a grounder over to second. Melendez able to throw him out at first, and UT Arlington will be able to finally get out of this inning after allowing 3 runs and a solo Tice Armstrong home run. And now we'll be back with you soon with the top of the 4th here between UT Arlington and Baylor, as Baylor leads 5-2. You've been listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Welcome back to Baylor Baseball and Baylor Lariat Radio. After a 3-run bottom of the third for Baylor, they now lead 5-2. With Tice Armstrong hitting a powerful 400-plus foot home run. Now Baylor tries to maintain this lead as Digert leads off the inning for UT Arlington. And he will be thrown out at first with the first pitch. And Baylor changing out their pitcher for this inning with Cade Hansen. After only seeing limited time from Charlie Atkinson and McFadden starting out the game, now have Cade Hansen setting to pitches. Facing off against catcher Clark Springs, and that one will be low and to the outside for ball one. This one also being a ball, now 2-0 in the count with 1 out so far in the top of the fourth. Cade Hansen, the 6'3", 192-pound senior out of New Braunfels. Currently down in the count here as it is 3-0 for Clark Springs. Trying to get a strike. And he won't find it there, low and to the right for Clark Springs. And now he will have a walk for himself, and he'll go to first base for the first base runner for the Mavericks this inning. Now Austin Phillips going out to bat. Had a pop fly earlier in the game. Trying to get a hit here as the first pitch is a strike. Finally getting that right side of the zone that has been elusive for these past 2 innings for both the Mavericks and the Bears. Currently 0-1 in the count, runner on first, and 1 out. As Hansen deals again to that right side, able to find that sweet spot in the umpire's strike zone for the second strike of this at-bat, 0-2. This one fouled off by Phillips. He continues to fight to stay within this at-bat. Remains 0-2. Hansen delivers. This one, bobbled by Kennett. Looked like Clark Springs thought about trying to go to second there, but ultimately remained conservative. That could have been bad for Baylor, advancing another runner for the Mavericks to scoring position. But now just remains at first. 1-2 in the count for Austin Phillips. 1 out and a runner on first. As this one low and outside again for Hansen. Now 2-2. Was able to find that sweet spot earlier in this pitch count, but these last 2 pitches been just a little too low and to the right. And Austin Phillips not going for it. As he deals, and this one will be swung on to left field. Perez able to stop it though. It's now runners on first and second for the Mavericks off of that single from Austin Phillips. Harold Laurquente now out to bat, the lefty hitter for UT Arlington. Having a day for himself so far. Currently having a walk and a single. As this one really close to Laurquente having to step outside of the box. Actually, it ended up hitting him. Didn't look like it from up here in the press box, but it ended up hitting him, and now bases loaded for Hansen. Looks like Baylor will come out to talk to Cade Hansen. Try to figure out a strategy to get out of this inning, currently having bases loaded and only one out. Laurquente currently having a .290 average, and today has been on base all 3 times. Now Preston Knott coming out on to the field, trying to take advantage of this bases loaded scenario. Currently hitting .252 on the year. Had a walk in the 3rd inning and then had a strikeout swinging in the 1st. A graduate student trying to make something happen here for the Mavericks. That'll be ball 1 for him. 1-0 in the count for Preston Knott. Bases loaded, only 1 out. Hansen deals. This one swung on, but it'll be foul. Sure, Hansen thankful for that one. That one looked like he had some speed. But luckily for Baylor, that one goes foul. That's the first strike of this at-bat, 1-1. Hansen deals again, and this one, same place for Knott as he hits a foul ball to the right. Now 1-2 in the count. Hansen trying to get out of this bases loaded situation as Baylor is currently leading 5-2 in the top of the 4th. And it looks like Knott went all the way, tried to stop his bat, but went all the way, and that'll be a strikeout for Cade Hansen. Now 2 outs in the inning. Now Hank Harp trying to salvage something of this bases loaded opportunity. And Cade Hansen just trying to get Baylor out of this inning and maintain their lead. Is this one low and to the right and outside again. 1-0 in the count. Cade Hansen so far this year as a starter 0-3, and his ERA overall 12.46. And this one swung on by Harp. It's going into center field, and Ty Johnson able to reel it in with ease. And Baylor able to escape a scary inning where UT Arlington had bases loaded. And now they'll go into the bottom of the 4th, trying to extend their 5-2 lead. We'll be back with you soon with that action. You've been listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Welcome back to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio. It's currently the bottom of the fourth in this rematch between UT Arlington and the Baylor Bears. Baylor having a successful bottom of the third as they scored 3 runs and almost made it through the entire lineup. It all started off with a solo home run from Tice Armstrong. And now the first pitch from UT Arlington's new pitcher. A little bit to the right and outside for ball 1 against Brady Janusek. The new pitcher for UT Arlington is Charlie Geese. Excuse me, Charlie Geis. As now Brady Janusek swings and misses on a pitch, and that'll be 2-1 in the count. Janusek had a walk in the first and then had a strikeout looking, trying to get his first hit of the day here. Janusek just been a phenomenal freshman player for this Baylor team as he swings and misses on a pitch, now full count. As he leads the Big 12 in stolen bases for freshmen. Now full count. Guy sets and deals, and that one will be swung on and missed by Janusek. First at bat for Geis, and it'll be a strikeout. As now Tice Armstrong, who in his last at bat hit a solo home run, is now up to the plate. And that one gets that right side that's been kind of off and on today for the umpire. Is able to get a strike on his first pitch. 0-1 for Armstrong. This one just a little too much and too low to the right. And now the count is even, 1-1 with 1 out for Baylor. Now same position, and that will be another ball. 2-1 for Tice Armstrong. As I talked about earlier, Tice Armstrong, one of the UT Arlington transfers, along with Cade Hansen. As he fouls one behind home plate. 2-all in the count. As now Geis sets to pitch. And this one will be hit by Armstrong, but go foul on the left side. Remains in the at-bat, 2-0. Last time versus UT Arlington in early April, he had one hit. So far today, having a double and a home run. Armstrong is able to hit that one over to second. Xavier Melendez trying to make it over to first, and he does. Crazy athletic play by the second baseman Melendez to get Armstrong out. And that'll be the second out of the inning for Baylor, as Hunter Snow will go up to the plate. Hunter Snow looks at the first pitch, and that will be a strike. 0-1 in the count. 2 outs for Baylor. Currently hitting DH today. Hunter Snow was a big part of that ranked Ole Miss win earlier this year, where he had 4 RBIs as he fouls this one off to the right side. 0-2. And Charlie Geis so far lowering his ERA in this inning, now down to 9.64. As the righty pitcher tries to end this inning, but Hunter Snow thinks differently as he gets this one right in front of the center fielder, Xander McAfee, and gets a single. Now J.J. Kennett back up to bat, kind of hobbling a little bit. Last time he was able to get a single, and after getting to the base, just grabbing at his legs as if something might have pulled or hurt. And so now I guess he's chosen that he's okay and is going out there to try to add on to Baylor's lead. This one, as he'll watch it go in, and that will be a ball. 1-0 in the count. 2 outs and a runner on first. Geis deals, and that'll be a strike right down the middle. Kennett looking at it. Now 1-1 in the count. As I said, Kennett had a single earlier, is 2-2 on the day so far with 2 singles. Now he hits this one between first and second. And that'll be another single for him. 3 singles so far today. And that'll advance Hunter Snow to second. So now currently 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th for Baylor with runners on first and second. And Ty Johnson set to hit. Currently has gone 1 for 2 today. Ty Johnson, a graduate student, one of the older leaders of this team that has so much young talent. Currently, 35% of Baylor's on-base hits this year being from freshmen. As Johnson watches this one go in, and that'll be ball 1. And guys, started out this inning hot with having a strikeout swinging for Brady Janusek and Tice Armstrong grounding out, but since then, Hunter Snow and J.J. Kennett with singles. As now Ty Johnson grounds this one out, and we thrown back at first, and it'll be out 3 for this inning. Guys able to make it out without Baylor extending their lead, and it'll keep the game at 5-2. Wait a moment. Excuse me. It looks like the umpires might be reviewing this one as everybody's started to walk off the field and signal the end of the inning. And then it seemed that everybody seemed to gather back up, and now this out is under review. It's grounded over to the first baseman for UT Arlington and Kalen Digert. And then Charlie Geis was running over to first, trying to make sure that he got the out, and it seems that the umpires weren't completely sure. He was called an out on the field. It looks like they'll be going under review here. Baylor, as I said, currently leading 5-2. The exact score of their last win versus UT Arlington. An hour earlier has shifted from rainy to sunny weather. Now starting to dim down here in Waco. Clouds slowly getting darker and the sun setting. Waco being fortunate, missing out on a lot of the big rain at this hour, as I know many of our listeners up in North Texas are experiencing a lot harsher weather. But Waco right now not experiencing that type of rain at this moment, just a lot of humidity. As the umpires continue to discuss and review whether Ty Johnson was out at first. And this would be crucial for UT Arlington, and especially for Charlie Geis, as he's done really well at the beginning of the inning, had some people get on base, but can really end this quickly and then have, I'm sure Mike Trapasso would have confidence in him to continue into the fifth. So just for the confidence of this UT Arlington team, this call is big. And looks like they have come out back onto the field, and the call is confirmed. Ty Johnson was out, and that will end the inning for Baylor. Currently getting no runs at the bottom of the fourth, but we will be back with you soon with the top of the fifth as Baylor defense comes back out onto the field and tries to retain their lead. You've been listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Welcome back to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio. We're at the top of the fifth between this matchup between UT Arlington and Baylor. As Baylor now has a new pitcher in Braden Bergman as he throws the first pitch to Xavier Melendez and he fouls it off. Currently 0-1 in the count. Bergman deals again, and that was a powerful fastball. Melendez swinging and missing on that one, now 0-2. Braden Bergman, one of the two Bergman brothers that are on this team. His brother Caleb also playing for Baylor. Currently a redshirt freshman from Parker, Texas, as the last pitch was a ball, and that'll be 1-2 in the count. Bergman deals, and that will be another foul ball. Melendez staying in the at-bat. 1-2. No outs. Bergman injured last year, but able to get a lot more playing time this year as he throws that one a little too high. 2-2 in the count. Currently pitching 18.2 innings this year with a 4.34 ERA, As that one looked like it might have caught the zone, but the umpire disagrees. Now it's a full count for Bergman and Melendez. Melendez has reached base one time today. And that one swings and misses, will not make it at this at-bat. And that'll be the first out of the inning. First at-bat for Bergman, one strikeout. Bergman throwing some heat right now, making Melendez swing and almost lose his balance on two pitches, and that at-bat is now Xander McAfee comes up to the plate. And this one, they thought he might have went all the way around, but no. That'll be the first ball of the at-bat. 1-0 for McAfee. Bergman delivers a little high that time, kind of lost control of the pitch, and Kennett going to go talk to him right now. Kennett been really a friend of the pitchers for Baylor, and a lot of times throughout the season and all the games that I've had the opportunity to be a part of, really encouraging his pitchers and getting their mental right as they go into these innings is, keeping that mental stability as a pitcher can be a really tough thing, and he's been there for all of them this year. As right after that talk, Bergman delivers a fastball, and McAfee swings and misses for the first strike of the at-bat. Second pitch a little too far outside again. Now 3-1 for McAfee. And this one skied out behind home plate for foul ball. Now 3-2 in the count. Currently 12 doubles this year. McAfee a threat on the base paths if he gets on base. And this one flying out to center field. Now right field. Brady Janusek able to get it. Looked like he was going to center field initially and curved to the right. Janusek able to adjust and get the second out of this inning. As now the former Baylor Bear, Zach Mozik, now up to bat. Currently outside on the first one. Then he gets hit. After the first ball, the second pitch from Bergman hits him right in the leg, and that will be a walk. Now currently a runner on first and 2 outs for the Mavericks in the top of the 5th. Now the utility player, Kalen Diger, out to hit, and this one skies out to right field. Janusik tracking it down, and he's not able to get in position and drops that one. Looks like he thought he might have had to go back a little bit further than he needed to. Ended up dropping that one. And that'll be an error, as now runners are on second and third. As it looks like there might be something, as I said earlier, it looked like there was nothing in Waco, but as I'm seeing in the clouds far in the distance past the Brazos, might be a little lightning and a little thunder out there. Not hearing anything so far here or from the booth, but something to keep an eye on as this game enters the later innings, as that one was high for Clark Springs. Be 1-0 in the count. Bergman delivers this one way too close to Clark Springs for the second ball of this pitch count. And this one finally getting the strike zone in this at-bat for Bergman, now 2-1. Clark Springs having one hit last time versus Baylor. Now this one getting really close to him again. And he's saying that it hit his elbow, but from up here and from the umpire's perspective, it didn't look like it did. It was just really close to him. Didn't really see the ball kind of change its trajectory off of that, but it looks like this might be challenged, as the umpires didn't think he was hit, but clearly Mike Trapasso thinks he was, and so we might go to review here, but this also could get sorted out as now all the officials are meeting together, and it looks like it is going to review. Second review so far of this game, the first one being whether Tice Johnson was out at first base. And same position as the last one was. Really an integral review, as in this inning, having 2 outs, same as they did for Ty Johnson in the last review, having another runner on the base paths for Baylor and just heightening the tension for Bergman would be so detrimental. And right now, still a 3-1 count if this stands, but could potentially work his way out of it. As still we see some flickers in the distance of what might be lightning. Not hearing any rumblings over here at Magnolia Field, but I'm hoping everyone, I think everyone here is hoping that this game is able to continue without any hindrance from the weather, as it's already at 8:24, and I'm sure final season going, a lot of these Baylor students not wanting to have to go back home at 11 o'clock from a delay or have the game postponed. As we are currently in the top of the 5th, Baylor leading 5-2, currently having 2 outs, 3 balls, 1 strike. As now the officials are out from the review to see whether Clark Springs was hit. And it looks like he was not. Clark Springs trying to sell that he was hit, but the review disagrees and was able to find that he was not. Now 3-1 in the count, and Bergman having runners on first and second and 2 outs, desperately trying to get out of this inning and send it to the bottom of the 5th. Bergman deals, and it's too high. And that'll be a walk for Clark Springs. Didn't get it on the prior pitch. Had to go to review, but right after, gets the walk, and now bases are loaded with 3 outs. Or, excuse me, 2 outs. Baylor hoping they get 3. As now it looks like pitching coach Sean Snydeker is coming out onto the field to talk to Braden Bergman. Throughout this game, there's been a lot of faith in these pitchers to finish out these high-intensity situations. So we'll see if there's that same confidence there with Bergman. It looks like there is, and he'll stay out there. As now Austin Phillips is out onto the plate. Bergman deals the first pitch, and that will be a strike. Now Bergman just trying to get out of this inning. We'll send another one. It looked like it might have caught it, but the umpire disagrees, and that'll be 1-all. Bases loaded for UT Arlington. Bergman throws the pitch, and that will be a foul ball behind home plate for Austin Phillips, and you can hear it thud at the top of the roof here at Magnolia Field. Now it'll be 1 ball, 2 strikes, and Bergman just looking for that last strike to get out of this bases loaded situation. Bergman deals, and it'll be a swing and a miss. Bergman able to get out of the inning with a strikeout on Austin Phillips. And now we'll be back soon, as that was the bottom of the 4th. Baylor still leading 5-2, and then we'll be back soon with the top of the 5th. We'll be back with more baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting. Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Hey there, Bears! Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Welcome back to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio. Now have the bottom of the 5th for you. Sorry, last time before I went to break, I said the top of the 5th. It is the bottom of the 5th now, as Baylor is hitting. Robert De La Garza leading off the inning versus Charlie Geis. And Geis will deal, and that will be another ball in this at-bat. Now 2-0. De La Garza, the former JUCO All-American, grounds this one out to third, and will try to make it to first. No, it won't. Austin Phillips tried to barehand it and throw it over to Kalen Diger over at first, but just wasn't able to accurately get it there, and Diger having to step off the bag, and now a base runner for Baylor. Now Reebok up to hit, showing bunt. Does get it, and it stays fair. Reebok running to first, and he will be out, but advances De La Garza to second. Baylor still leading 5-2 over UT Arlington at the bottom of the fifth. A runner on second and one out. Now leadoff hitter Travis Sanders back out to the plate. Had a single in his first at-bat and a walk in the last two, as he watches this one go in for strike one. Geis looking at second base, deals. And that'll be out of the strike zone. Ball one. Now Geis getting prepared. Deals another pitch, and this one grounds out to shortstop. And it'll be thrown out at first for the second out of the inning. Harold Lauraquente able to get it over to Kalen Digert over at first base to get Travis Sanders out. First time today he hasn't been on base. Now with two out, Dylan Perez comes to the plate. Runner on second. And this one swung on and goes behind home plate, and we're waiting for the thud, and there it is. On the roof here, as that one was hit foul, and now 0-1 in the count for Perez. Perez so far gone 1 for 3 today. The lefty freshman. Perez tries to get a hit there, but completely misses, and that one, strike two. I think like if he was just a second before, that one might have launched out of Magnolia Field, but just a little bit behind there, and that'll be a strike swinging. Now 0-2. Geis deals, and that'll be too close to the inside right near Perez, and that will be a ball. 1-2 now. Geis trying to keep things stable in this game, not trying to let Baylor get ahead anymore. And that one, Dylan Perez looked like he might have struck out there, but ended up hitting just a little bit of the ball, which makes it foul. Count remains 1-2. Geis pitches it, and it is hit straight to Xavier Melendez at second, and it'll be thrown easily over to Kalen Diger over at first for the third out of the inning. And Geis survives another runless inning, as now we move to the top of the sixth, as Baylor look to maintain their lead. You've been listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Welcome back to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio. Baylor leading UT Arlington in this rematch 5-2 as we enter the top of the sixth. And a pitching change for Baylor as now Luke McLeod, the freshman pitcher, is now out onto the field for Baylor to face off against Harold Larquente. And Larquente hits this one right over Tice Armstrong's head. Brady Janusek trying to throw him out at second, and it won't get there in time. That one was hit hard by Larquente, and now a runner in scoring position to start off the top of the sixth for UT Arlington. Now McLeod set to pitch now against Preston Knott. This one too low and near the dirt. Ball one. UT Arlington trying to even up the score here as we get to the back half of this game. That one will be a strike for McLeod. 1-1 now in the count. Runner on second for UT Arlington, no outs. Preston Knott at the plate. McLeod deals, and that one just too high and to the left. Ball two. Luke McLeod, the 6'1", 206 freshman from Sour Lake, Texas. As Preston Knott hits this one over to Travis Sanders, Sanders easily able to flip it over to Armstrong at first for the out. But now, runner advances to third for UT Arlington. Now the first pitch of the at-bat for Hank Harp, fouled behind home plate, 0-1. Freshman Luke McLeod pitched 18.2 innings so far this year with a 3.37 ERA. As he delivers this one, and it's just too close to Hank Harp. And that'll be a ball. Now McLeod with a runner on third and one out. Trying to get another one here, and he will get a strike. 1-2 now. McLeod did see some time in that UT Arlington game earlier this year. So he pitched 1 inning and allowed 1 hit. And this one is a strikeout. Hank Harp backing up as if he was too close to him, and then the umpire emphatically going strikeout. So that'll be a strikeout looking for Hank Harp, and what looked like might be a dire situation for the freshman, Luke McLeod. Now looks like a situation that he can get out of here. Is now only a runner on third, 2 outs, and Xavier Melendez up to bat. This one fouled off by Melendez, 0-1. So far, Melendez 0-3 on the day. This pitch, did he go around? And he did. Now be 0-2, and 1 strike away from Luke McLeod, getting out of an inning that started with a double from Laura Quinte. It seemed like it was going to be a tough inning for the freshman to get out of, but he has a chance here. He deals, and it's a swing and a miss, and he makes it out. The freshman, Luke McLeod, able to get out of this inning and maintain Baylor's lead. And we'll be back with you soon as we go to the bottom of the 6th, and Baylor's offense will be back out onto the field. You've been listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896. So visit our website today at www.baylor.edu/roundup and order your copy. That's www.baylor.edu/ROUNDUP. Have a great year, Bears, and sick 'em.
Hey Bears! Are you a freshman or senior? Freshman and senior portraits are now being scheduled. Watch your Baylor email for more information on how to reserve your sitting.
Welcome back to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio. After the freshman Luke McLeod was able to maintain the lead and allow no runs in the last inning, Baylor is now out for the offense at the bottom of the 6th. And to lead off, Janusek hits a grounder over to shortstop, and he'll be thrown out at first for the first out of the inning.
The first baseman, number 11, Tice Armstrong.
And now Tice Armstrong, who hit that solo home run earlier, trying to repeat the success here against Charlie Geis. That'll be strike 1 right down the middle. And as I said that, couple flashes out from behind the Brazos here at Magnolia Field of Lightning. Now the second pitch a little too far outside, and that'll be ball 2. Excuse me, that first pitch was called a ball, not a strike. So 2-0 in the count now for Armstrong. Armstrong hits it, and it'll be fouled to the left. Guys sets up to deal to Armstrong. Armstrong hits it again, foul and to the left. Tice Armstrong just continuing his run of success, as Sunday against Arizona State had 2 home runs. Armstrong hits it here. This one going deep. Is it going to be another? And it is. As I say that, he has another 2 home run game today. Tice Armstrong now inching closer to that Baylor single season home run record, as now he has 18, only 3 away from tying the record and 4 away from beating it. As lightning strikes here at Magnolia Field. Tyson Armstrong getting another solo home run in this game to get Baylor up on the scoreboard 6-2. And now players going off the field. It looks like those lightning strikes in the distance might have been too much. We might be taking a break here for the weather, as we're still currently in the bottom of the 6th with 1 out after that Tice Armstrong home run. And now it looks like the officials coming together trying to see whether this game will be stopped or maybe even postponed, as the weather has been frantic recently, and it looks like a lot of Baylor fans either going to get concessions or leaving as they are dispersing out of their seats. Still waiting on official word as to what is going to happen here, as we're now getting the report that Tice Armstrong home run traveled 417 feet. Now it looks like groundskeepers here at Magnolia Field are getting prepared for some rain, as they are setting out all the tarps, and so still awaiting the officials' word here. But we'll take a quick break, and if we get any updates, we will come back and inform you. And so we'll be back soon with more Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey there, Bears. Are you living your best life this year at Baylor? Well, we've got great news. The Baylor Roundup Yearbook has been right there with you, capturing those memories at every event. So don't forget to buy your 2022-23 Baylor Roundup Yearbook today and share your memories with friends and family for generations to come. But wait, did you already graduate? Don't worry, we've got you covered. We have yearbooks dating all the way back to 1896.
Welcome back to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio, and currently we have now gotten a report that it is going to be a 30-minute delay for this game for severe weather. So, as I said earlier, the forecast earlier today was really forecasting that, might not have all that much rain, but now it looks like there is, as fans are now being advised to go out to the concourse or to their cars, and tarp is being laid out on the field. So we'll have a 30-minute break, and we'll be back with updates periodically, but we'll keep you updated as to what the stream is going to do and if this game even continues. So thank you for listening, and we'll be back with more updates as we get them with more Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.
Hey Bears, Are you always the last to know about what's happening at Baylor? Are you left quiet in a group when talking about last week's game? Well, you haven't gotten your morning buzz yet. Did you know you can get your dose of current Baylor news every Tuesday through Friday straight to your inbox? The Baylor Lariat Morning Buzz e-newsletter provides you with breaking Baylor stories, local events, and in-depth sports coverage daily. You can be in the know on all things Baylor. If you aren't already buzzing, go to BaylorLariat.com. That's BaylorLariat.com and click the subscribe now to get your morning buzz from the Baylor Lariat. News for the students, by the students. We'll see you in your inbox.
Sorry for the sudden shock there, as we have been off the air for a while now with a weather delay. And it is now confirmed that this game between UT Arlington and Baylor will be canceled. And so thank you to all of our viewers out there for staying with us through this delay. And I guess now, since the game is over, we will go into a quick overview of what happened so far in this game, and then we'll do a send-off here at the Baylor Lariat Radio. And this game for Baylor, as we talked about in the opening, really trying to get away from all the bleeding that has been happening from whether it be the losing streak, batting woes, and today they completely fixed all of that. Today they were up 6-2 at the bottom of the sixth with 2 home runs, solo home runs from Tice Armstrong. And the offense today for Baylor really couldn't have been better. And fixing that, even though this game was canceled, they can take that forward into the next series versus Texas Tech, or whenever this game gets rescheduled for UT Arlington. And so now we'll take a quick look at how the upcoming schedule is and sort of how today they can take that success into these next couple games. As we talked about, still fighting for a place in the NCAA tournament and also trying to maintain eligibility for the Big 12 tournament, as only the top 12 teams get to play, and they are currently tied in a 3-way tie at the 9th spot. So as we look at the rest of the schedule, this UT Arlington game, we have not heard when it is going to be rescheduled, but that was tonight. And then the next game for Baylor will be here at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark versus Texas Tech, and this series is a pivotal one to stay ahead and stay afloat within the Big 12 standings. And then we have Texas Tech, and then another series versus UCF, and then a series versus Utah, and then that would end the season for Baylor. So 3 series versus Big 12 opponents, and really hoping to carry over the offensive really dominance today that they had versus UT Arlington into the rest of the season. And especially as well, pitching was no slouch either, as had a couple woes in the first inning, and really since then recovered, and you had great performances such by freshmen as Cade McLeod, and came into a scenario where this Baylor team, in a lot of scenarios, whether it be 2 outs, 1 outs, and having multiple runners on base, trusted their pitchers to finish the inning and really showed a lot of confidence in their pitching staff. And so they're hoping to take that into the rest of the season. And for UT Arlington, just another day of really, after a hot start, continuing those struggles in pitching and also in batting, and trying to get out of this losing streak, as if this, the way the game would have gone, this might have ended up the same way and continuing their losing streak, as it now sits at 2 as the game is canceled. So Baylor looking to take the positives from today, a canceled game between UT Arlington and Baylor, which ended 6-2 at the bottom of the 6th inning, looking to take that into the rest of the year and to keep their hopes alive for the Big 12 tournament and the NCAA tournament. And so that'll be it for all of us here at Baylor Lariat Radio. Thank you so much for staying throughout all of the delays during this game, and thank you so much for listening, and have a great night. You've been listening to Baylor Baseball on Baylor Lariat Radio.